Thank you so much, and I don't want to take up a lot of your time. Obviously, you heard from my bio that I've been involved for a lot of years in the challenges that are presented to the coal industry in terms of powering America. And let's not forget that right now we're just bumping up on that 40% of all electricity that's generated in this country for industry, for moms and pops, for grandmas and grandpas who lived on fixed incomes, comes from coal. And if tomorrow you shut coal down, you will literally shut down almost half of America's economy. Although you don't hear it much here, there are those among us in public policymaking who are deeply concerned about the progress of a national energy policy that does not include an opportunity for clean coal technologies and for coal to continue to deliver reliable, redundant, and affordable sources of electricity and power in our country. And this is a very serious issue. And, I don't like necessarily to talk about wars on anything. But I can tell you that right now that the way things are shaping up in the marketplace, not just here in public policy, as we see natural gas becoming more and more competitive, and as we see the regulatory burdens and the regulatory uncertainty surrounding development of the coal resource or even utilization of the coal resource that we're using today, we are quickly shutting the door on opportunities to tap into a source of energy that the rest of the world is using in record numbers. We know that we can lead the way. We always have in America, led the way in the development of technologies, but we can't do it if the message to the industry and the message to the innovators and the message to all of you is there is no place for coal in America's energy future. And so when I came here, my belief was we need to do a better job educating on where the technology is. We need to do a better job educating on what the standards mean in terms of real-world consequences. And we need to start pushing back, not from the standpoint of arguing whether we're going to get into a debate over climate change, but pushing back when people say we believe in all of the above energy policy who don't really mean it, who don't really mean all of the above. They mean the ones that I pick and choose, and I mean on both sides of the spectrum. Now, North Dakota is an interesting place because we do something that will be started, hopefully, at SAS Power and in Saskatchewan. I think in April you guys are turning the key, right? Yeah, soon. Anyway, he'll tell you all about it. But North Dakota has one of the only, if not the only, commercial-scale carbon sequestration industrial projects certainly in North America and probably in the world. That was the board of directors that I was on of Dakota Gas. You might say, how did you get into the carbon capture? We knew we could find a market for it because we knew our friends, the Canadians, would take it and inject it in the Weyburn field for enhanced oil recovery. And so we were able to develop this not as a result of a federal regulation, but we developed this as a result of a need to grow and expand our byproducts and the sale of our byproducts. So we know this can be an important resource and an important byproduct in enhanced oil recovery, and you're going to hear more about that from EERC as they develop their research on whether that kind of technology will work in a shale formation, because the formation that we're injecting into now is more conventional. But I don't want to take up all the time because I can get on my soapbox, but I want you to know that at this table are at least 4 people who are in policy-making positions who want to see a path forward in a carbon-constrained world for coal as a resource. And you might think it's because we're interested in protecting jobs in our state. We are. You might think because we're interested in protecting the companies that provide those jobs. We are. But more than that, my interest is in making sure that when America needs to, they turn on the lights and the lights come on, and they can afford that power, because that's how we're going to be competitive long-term in this environment. So with that, I look forward to hearing the panels. I look forward to having this day be the beginning of a much, much, much broader public policy discussion.